I am here. This is X35 Earthwalker, the one true Earthwalker, the legendary eternal soldier himself, and welcome back to another awesome podcast episode. And this will hopefully be turned into a video as well. I'm here, guys, and we're going to be talking about the never-ending rise of Xbox, or the inevitable rising of Xbox. And some people, you know, idiots or desperate for views, like to jump on a train of doom and gloom for Xbox and that stuff, and fake Xbox fans who just want views as well, who do reactions to such things like that. I'm always on the positive side of things, but negativity is what sells in this world, sadly, because, you know, the Bible makes it clear the world is under the control of the wicked one, the evil one. So the negative is what seems to get the things going around here. I wanted to talk about Xbox, the position that it is in, and be a different voice in this situation. And I'm gonna hit y'all with the facts. These are things you can look up and find for yourself. Xbox is on the rise, and currently, I'll say they're number one. They're currently at the top already, and we're talking about rising. They're currently at the top, but if you look at the biased media and those, you know, the YouTubers who clearly paid by PlayStation and the PlayStation fanboys, they'll have you think otherwise. Some people will talk about the golden age of Xbox was the Xbox 360. I strongly disagree. I think the Xbox 360 was a fantastic time. You know, I should say it was a great time. I remember having loads of games to play, and the same thing happened with me for the Xbox One. Me and my family, we just had loads of games to play, and we was always playing games. I never once sat there and thought, where are the games? I never thought that. Maybe I didn't care, but I didn't notice any of that at all. Like, I was playing games, I had things to do, and I was entertained through the time. Plus, I was also playing different consoles and stuff at the same time. And quite a funny history. For those people who do know, I used to be on PlayStation back in the day, because PlayStation was around longer. At one point, there was no Xbox, right? It was PlayStation, so it has that pioneer advantage of being there longer. So it makes sense that overall it has more fans and time being. Like, that's just logical, that's fine. But then PlayStation messed up, and it really got on me and my family's nerves. One of the main reasons was how weak and crappy they made their controllers. Those things broke all the time. You have to spend money to replace them. We just had enough. And one day, Mom discovered the Xbox, the original one, this big giant black box with the green on it, and we went on that and never turned back. And ever since then, we've just been all Xbox, no regrets, and that's the best place it's been for us. And I can just say, Xbox has just grown. The Xbox One X, I would say that was the weakest period for the Xbox. I never got the One X, actually, because like I've always said, I like to skip like any kind of half generational things and stuff like that. For example, if I had the iPhone 4, I wouldn't get the 5, I would get the 6. And if I had the 6, I wouldn't get the 7, I'll wait for the 8. That's just how it was. So when the Xbox One X came out, I was just like, no, I'll wait for the next one. And the Xbox Series X comes out, I've got that, major upgrade, love it. Xbox Series X is the best and strongest console. But we're going to be talking about the inevitable rise, the never-ending rise of Xbox, because that's literally the facts of what is going on. So I wanted to go over a number of these things. Xbox, and this is factual, has never been in such a strong position before. This is the strongest Xbox has ever been from a factual, logical standpoint. Like, if we were to write down their strengths and what they got going on in bullet points on a sheet of paper or a spreadsheet, whatever we want to put it on, it's just a no-brainer. This is the strongest they've ever been. They've never been in such a dominant position before, to the point where it's clear, not even Nintendo's on this level. I know about Nintendo's success and its money, especially in Japan and stuff like that. PlayStation can't say the same for them when it comes to Japan, but it is very powerful. We're just going to go over just a number of these. Let's just get straight to, you know, the main course. You know, your dumplings, your potatoes, and, you know, lamb or mutton on the side and that kind of stuff. Let's go straight into that. Let's just talk about, you know, the W's that Xbox have. So they came after PlayStation, and they've grown in popularity to the point where they're clearly the biggest rival and major threat for them. And they have some of the most iconic and best games to this date. Like, iconic as well. Think about it. How many people recognize and know the Master Chief? How many people recognize and know the Master Chief? He might be the second most recognizable character in the world based on main leading characters of a game series. Like, number one is obviously Super Mario. I mean, everybody, even if you don't know who Mario is, you see the red hat, you see the M. Somebody who don't even know English would know Mario. They know Mario. Second would be like Master Chief, and PlayStation does not have an equivalent. Like, PlayStation doesn't even have a flagship title of their console. Like, who's the closest they'll have? Some people I saw the PlayStation, they were debating a bit, and they'll say the closest they'll have is Kratos. But let's be honest, I think more people recognize Master Chief over Kratos. And the Halo franchise, the Halo series is far more bigger more expansive, like just much more big than God of War. It's not close. It's not close. I mean, I would argue Gears of War is bigger than God of War. I would argue that as well. And if you want to go, like, you want to combat over that, look at my previous podcast episode where I talked about it. I compared it, and the games and the titles is in there and stuff like that. Even in terms of pure numbers, you know, Gears of War beats it. So I don't think God of War gets to be in the same platform as Halo, but it's there. Like, Nintendo has Mario, Xbox has Master Chief, and you can't count Spider-Man, because Spider-Man isn't like a PlayStation invention. Spider-Man was comics, Marvel, that predates PlayStation. Like, that's old school, so Spider-Man doesn't count. That's not a PlayStation thing. While Halo was born and raised in Xbox, you know what I'm saying? That's different. So you can't use Spider-Man, because obviously people reckon Spider-Man, he's one of the most popular and earliest heroes and all that kind of stuff. Not Superman level, you know, but you gotta give Spider-Man his props, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what else W's and Xbox go on, because these are a lot of them, so I gotta keep them more on the shorter side of things. Xbox got the ABK deal, and this is just one of the things that had a big move. It was so big, but even the ex-CEO of PlayStation, that Jim Ryan, he said that PlayStation will not recover. So this is the guy who knows the ins and outs of PlayStation. He knows more than what these idiotic YouTubers have and put it out there. And he's saying PlayStation will not recover. That's like sounding like a fatal wound. Like, get stabbed in the side, the blood is pouring out. You might be able to put a patch on it, but the wound is done. You're not healing from that wound. You are slowly dying. You know, so it's a wound that they will not recover. So that's how big the deal is. ABK, of course, Activision, Blizz, and King. People keep forgetting about King. And again, if you want more details on that, I did podcast episodes talking about it, so you can look over that. So I'm not going to dive in depth as I've done in other stuff, but get over how big it is. I mean, first of all, with ABK and Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is basically the king game right now, alongside like Fortnite. It's Call of Duty and Fortnite banging it out. Everybody knows Call of Duty, everybody knows Fortnite. That's how big Call of Duty is, and that makes a difference. And Call of Duty alone will just bring in all the money. King are like monsters in the mobile world. So just through King alone, Xbox gets to dip their fingers into the mobile world, and we already know, like, with mobile, how that money be like, and the amount that gets poured in there, especially in the East and like in Japan and stuff, where they are on their mobiles and that kind of stuff. You have these other popular games that make a lot of money, like the Genshin Impact and stuff like that. Goddess of Victory, Nikkei, and then there was one more that was above Goddess of Victory, Nikkei, but below Genshin Impact. I forgot the name of it. But mobile is crazy. It is. I mean, look at Boom Beach. Look at, I don't know, Candy Crush. Like, I'm just telling y'all, Candy Crush is with King. So, you know, already that's big. And then Blizzard, of course. I mean, there's a number of things again you can say about Blizzard, but Overwatch 2 might be the thing that comes to mind the most. Overwatch, and have you seen the Overwatch League? Them boys take that pretty seriously. I mean, I ain't gonna hold them for that. They take that really seriously, and that one purchase just boosted their profits and their revenue by a big amount. When you see green arrows and arrows pointing up, that's all shareholders need to see. That's all investors need to see. That's all the board needs to see, and that's all the CEO needs to see. Them numbers are up. So that ultimately is a huge win. I mean, having control over Call of Duty, especially, is a big swing. It is a big swing. I mean, that's like if we're in the context of like One Piece. If whoever has, let's say, control of the warlords is a big factor. You got Mihawk, Doflamingo, and Kumar all on your side. Whoever you're up against is gonna pretty much die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't like end the game, but you can't say it's not a big factor. That's like controlling more than like 75% of all the experimentals in Supreme Commander 2. You got those on your field, it's pretty much a wrap at that point, but it ain't over. But, you know, something can be done, but more of that a bit later. See, my reference game is on point right now. And so that's another major W that's been going through. Of course, the owning of Bethesda, and we already know Bethesda, they got some monsters under their belt. The biggest of them is Doom, and we'll be talking a bit about Doom towards the much later going on in this episode we got going on here. But Bethesda also includes Wolfenstein. And who knows Wolfenstein? The grandfather of first-person shooters. Yes, right. Wolfenstein 3D. If you don't know about it, look it up, you young bums. Look it up. Man, these youngins these days don't know nothing. They don't know how to do a barbecue. They don't know how to set up and pitch a tent. And they don't know nothing about Wolfenstein 3D. Look at Wolfenstein 3D. I actually play that now through Wolfenstein Youngblood. So you got the Wolfenstein games and stuff like that, and of course Doom. I think everyone has to respect Doom. If Wolfenstein 3D is the grandfather of first-person shooter, then Doom is the father of first-person shooters, and Halo's the son of first-person shooters. So, oh yeah, that means Xbox has all three. They got grandfather, father, and son. I just realized that now. I was not paying attention to that. They got all three. So again, PlayStation has not got an equivalent. You know, that's a big W of itself. So they got the Wolfenstein games and the new big Doom games gonna come, which we'll be talking about later on. And everyone has to respect Doom. Everyone universally, unless you're, I guess, DSP, or an old man, everybody loved Doom Eternal. Everybody gave it the top mark. Everybody gave it the big bucks, right? It's Doom, all right? You can't say nothing about that. So that is a huge W on Xbox's side as well. And then the next big part that we're going to be bringing in now is Xbox Game Pass. Now this probably is going to be the biggest hitter of them all. Xbox Game Pass is the biggest deal in gaming. It's the best deal in gaming, and it's so much of a factor that the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Edition especially alone is a reason by itself to just get an Xbox. The value, and we've already spoke about this in great length. I even went in through the trouble of listing like numerous 100 plus games that is on there. I even did a whole podcast episode comparing the Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation Plus, and it was a one-sided beatdown. It was what they call baby shaking. Grab the baby, start shaking the baby on. Like, yeah, that's what happened. It was a baby shaking, one-sided beatdown. It's not even close. And I spoke to PlayStation players. Even they've admitted, yeah, PlayStation Plus, the PS Plus is just not on the same level. It's not same for value. I mean, a number of them even cancel their subscriptions and stuff like that. So it's not even close. With Xbox Game Pass, no, you don't cancel that, big fella. You don't cancel that. The Xbox Game Pass, in terms of the value and stuff you get for it, is absolutely crazy. So you want to know more about that in depth, again, podcast. I'm on Podcasters for Spotify and Spotify itself. Take a listen in and see what we got going on over there. So when you look at the Game Pass, you have access to, break it simple for you guys how great this is. You have access to basically all the Halo games, all the Gears of War games, most of Forza. You get the Dead Space games, including the Dead Space remake. You get the Doom games. And that includes all the Dooms, right? Except for one, but that's all the Dooms. It's the Wolfensteins, it's the Mass Effects. You get some EA titles like the Immortals of Avium, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and again, 100 plus more games. It's just awesome. It's a great way to test games that you never will be able to get. Maybe you wouldn't have been able to afford them, and you get to, and if you want those games, you want to like own them for yourself fully. The Game Pass grants you like an automatic discount. Like, come on, that's amazing. So when these bigger banger games drop in day one, like with the amazing experience, a phenomenal 10 out of 10 game, Senua Saga Hellblade 2, I already pre-installed it. I was ready. Just hit that, just go there, hit install, go down, bam, play it, like it, enjoy it, want to own it, buy it. If not, uninstall, because you're still paying for it through the subscription. So Microsoft and Xbox, they're already getting that money from it. So these games are making money just from the subscription service alone, and it brings in the players. So that's how they're making that money. And if you want to speak about more Xbox W's, Hellblade 2 exists. That game is 10 out of 10. It's phenomenal. I've done like a bit of a mini review to talk about some of the stuff about Hellblade 2 again, podcast episode for that. I put up some gameplay as well so you guys can see it. A phenomenal experience. If you judge the game for what it is, it's easily 10 out of 10. That game is getting universal praise from everyone. It has broken the limits of visuals in gaming. It's gone to the next level. Like I said, it's a bang out between Hellblade 2 and the Callisto Protocol. And I'm gonna put Hellblade 2 a bit ahead of the Callisto Protocol in terms of visuals and graphics. Them two are next level, right? And once again, the games that's showing the next level, the next gen, it's the Xbox games. Hellblade 2 is showing y'all what craziness audio and visuals can get you into. That's a bang, and that's a huge W. And right now, when it comes to like a experience, PlayStation does not have an equivalent. They do not have an equivalent. And what's the other major W of Xbox? Starfield, the game of the generation. Starfield, Starfield is amazing. That game is a major success. People want to call it a flop because, well, I guess they're idiots and they're just haters. The Xbox tax, we know it exists. Muppets like, oh no, Alex wants to deny that. What an idiot. It exists clearly. You know, Starfield brought in a massive, if not the biggest spike of subscribers to the Xbox Game Pass. I mean, Starfield is so great, it's lived in PlayStation fanboys' heads rent-free. It's not just lived in their heads, it's set up a whole government and a legislation system in their heads. I mean, like 8 months, 7 months, 6 months after its release, they were still talking and ranging on about it. I mean, nobody was doing that with God of War Ragnarok and Spider-Bug 2. It's not even close. And speaking of the two of them, in April, Starfield was in the was it top 10 for monthly active users, which is impressive because it's a single-player game. Again, Spider-Bug 2 and God of War Ragnarok was not in that top 10, but I thought PlayStation guys played their games, but who knows? Oh well. Right, it was up there. Starfield passed peak of it passed over having over 13 million players. You know, Starfield launched, you know, day one on the Game Pass as well as the best-selling game in September, and it was top 10 for the rest of the year, especially in USA. Starfield got 3 big gaming awards that I know of, and one of them is Game of the Year by Rectify Gaming. So yes, Starfield, if you like it or not, is still a Game of the Year game. It also got Xbox Game of the Year by Golden Joystick and Most Innovative Game on Steam. So it got awards. How many awards did Spider-Bug 2 get again? I think there's a reason why they called it 007. Lost 7 times? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so it's like, say what you want about Starfield. Starfield made the millions. Starfield's played by millions. Starfield had crazy hours time. There's some people right now who has over 1,000 hours in Starfield, but idiots want to say there's nothing to do. Again, Xbox talks liars. There's like, it's just crazy. So Starfield is a massive W, and with the updates and stuff coming in, going up to 60 frames, and you got the ones coming in, it's going to bring in even more information on House Varud and vehicles and stuff like that, and they said it couldn't be done. Oh, come on now. Another massive W for Xbox. Congratulations, Ninja Fury, and congratulations, Bethesda. Right, and all the others have been doing all the dang thing and getting in there. And it had all these achievements while being the most attacked game, I think, in gaming history. I've never seen a game as attacked as badly as Starfield. All these people worked together to try and take Starfield down, and they still failed. You had the idiots like, you know, the Silver Asmund, Moist Critical, the Axeman, the others that ugly guy Maddie plays or something. They all work together with IGN, the media. They all work together, and they still couldn't stop Starfield. Shows you how pathetic they are. Combined, they still can't do nothing. But it's what it is. I mean, it is what it is. And then when it brings the subscribers, Xbox gets more money. Unlike PlayStation, Xbox has an actual roadmap. Like, we actually know what's going on. Yeah, ask PlayStation about their roadmap. And Xbox roadmap is filled with games to come, some new additions and stuff to the ecosystem, and even hardware news. I mean, we're hearing about the next big actual Xbox console, and we're hearing about the handheld one and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know, man. And then you got some idiots out there who want to talk about, you know, the decline of Xbox. No, it's the decline of your mother, dude. Just shut the freak up. Like, there's no decline here. Xbox has never been in such a strong position, and we're not even done. We're not even done. Let's talk about Xbox's ecosystem itself. And Xbox, I mean, this will be the same for gaming companies. I'm sure Nintendo picked it up. I'm sure PlayStation picked it up, and Xbox picked it up. I'm sure Xbox was the first, though. They were the first to act on it, probably, most likely. Is they are aware of the direction of gaming. It's not the same as things was in 2015 and 2010, 2005. The numbers in the charts have shown yearly more and more people and more things are going digital. And I talked about this in a whole physical versus digital podcast episode. It's not just in gaming, it's in the whole world. The whole world's going digital. So we look at it, the numbers are increasing. People are going digital. Physical is sadly not the way anymore. I prefer having physical copies, physical discs, physical cases, and all that kind of stuff. But it's going digital. This world's going digital, so they're going to go digital, and that's what's been happening. Microsoft saw this and they acted on it. Everything is going digital, and not just that. Companies and even nations are racing for AI. That's the direction that they're going in. So digital stuff and AI, and guess what? Both of those things, Microsoft is ahead, easily. Is ahead of PlayStation by far, and not even Nintendo can compete with that. When it comes to digital software and of course AI, Microsoft is ahead. They've already got theirs. They're set up. established, and their ecosystem is not even fully built yet. Again, listen to that podcast episode I made. I talked about what Xbox is actually going for, what they're trying to set up in their final form. In their final form, if Microsoft completes it and they set it up, they will get the W. Not just the W, they will get the fat W. Fat with a PH. Not even that. Scratch that. Let me rewrite the script. There is no script. They will get the biggest W in all of gaming if they fully set up the final form of the plan. If they get it, it's over. If they get it, it's over. I mean, they're already ahead, but it's just y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. You listen to me, the world's smartest man. I gotta tell y'all what's going on. If they said that, it's going to be crazy. They are ahead. Microsoft saw the future, the direction of gaming, and they just went ahead of everyone. And taking into account this, and this has already been reported, Microsoft basically controls 70 to 60% of the cloud gaming market. You know what 70 and 60% means? That means majority. That means majority. Everybody else get a smaller slice of that cake. Microsoft, big Microsoft with the trillions, what? They're ahead. They're on top. That's it. And then when you look at even mobile, which reeks in tons of cash. Remember how I mentioned King? Well, Blizzard, as you were paying attention to news, shook hands and, you know, they're happy and smiling again with NetEase. NetEase, look it up. Look up NetEase, look up China. You remember Naraka, I think it's called Blade Point? I played that, I got some wins. I think I put up a gameplay video of Naraka Blade Point gameplay, so you can look that up for yourself on my channel, X35 Earthwalker. Naraka Blade Point, and it also leads to a bunch of other mobile stuff that's going on in the east of the world, in China and these other places. And that also links to, what's that new big one coming up? That millions, over 5 million have already pre-subscribed to for when it gets released. Project Mugen, have you looked that up? And then Project Mugen's with the NetEase, and NetEase is in good terms of shaking hands and working partnership with Blizzard, and Blizzard is owned by Xbox. Then Project Mugen should be on Xbox also. So more mobiles, King plus NetEase. What? You guys talking about decline? You don't know what you're talking about because you're retarded. Shut the freak up. This is a huge situation, so they're gonna be powerful. They got the ecosystem. They got the best ecosystem. They got the best gaming subscription service. They got the strongest console. They've got the AI. They've got the software. They've got the cloud gaming market, and they got their hands in a nice dipping depths in mobile gaming. The never-ending decline of Xbox. No, you're just low IQ moron who just wants views, and you got your views. Because people are dumb. Sorry. This is the inevitable rising of Xbox. The inevitable rising of Xbox. And on top of that, Microsoft is far bigger and richer than Sony. If them two were to bang it out pound for pound, blow for blow, Sony loses. So that's the biggest resource in this game, the money. Because when you got the money, you can buy the tech, you can buy the software, you can buy the resources, you can rent this, rent that, buy that, own this. And money is the biggest factor here. Money is the biggest factor here. That means they can buy and build more than Sony can. They can continue to acquire studios, build studios. Remember that Microsoft is forming a new studio. They shut down the studio, yeah, but they're forming another studio as well. So destruction and rebirth. I ain't gonna tell you where that's from. So they're building up something else as well. They'll build them up again. They'll build them up again. You love to see it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right then. So think about it this way. Let me make a simple example for people, because I remember I'm world's smartest man. No one else is on my level, so I gotta make things simpler for other people as well. Earthwalkers, they're smart too. So let's go over this right now. This is a horrible position for PlayStation, because think of it like if you play real-time strategy games, only gamers with high IQs can play those games. You know, think of a real-time strategy game like Supreme Commander 2. That's like my favorite real-time strategy game, and that's the best example I want to use. Let's say I'm opponent A, your opponent B. I'm player A, you're player B, right? We're in a match. We were banging out, battling against each other. We were in there for, let's say, 30 minutes already. But the situation is, I own 70 to 60% of all the mass extractors. I have more energy generators than you, and I'm generating more research points than you. Now, in that game, if you want to build tanks, you want to build units, flying or whatever, you need mass and energy. That's what you need. Researchers to unlock new tech and maybe experimentals and stuff like that. but you need mass and energy. If I control the majority of the mass and the energy, that means I'm producing more mass and energy than you at a faster rate. What does that mean? Over time, things are just going to get worse for you. Not initially. Initially, I won't be able to steamroll or bulldoze you. You know, with this bulldozer. It's going to take some time. But eventually, I'm going to crush you and I'm going to win. There's nothing worse than being in a real-time strategy game against your opponent when your opponent has more resources than you and controls more of it. You are going to lose. That means if I have more mass and I'm getting more at a greater rate, so I'm getting 10 mass per second while you're getting 6. Eventually, I'll get more than double what you have. I'll be able to build another land factory. You still got your one land factory because you're spending your resources to keep pumping out your army to battle against my army. But now I got 2 land factories. That means for every 1 rockhead tank you build, I build 2 rockhead tanks. Every time you want to build a pea shield, I can build a rockhead tank and a pea shield on the side. And then I get 3 land factories, and then maybe an air factory, so that I can then build 3 rockhead tanks for every 1 rockhead tank. So after our battle concludes and all our units are dead, I'm building back my army bigger and at a faster rate than you are. So eventually, I'm going to start to overwhelm you. I'm going to start to push you back. You're going to start to lose more land. I'm going to claim more of the land, and I'll control 80% of the match. That's what happens. You can never win the match when you are down that bad, when your opponent controls the resources and they can build faster, bigger, better than you. And with the research points, then I can get an experimental Fat Boys 2 megaliths. What? And sorry, you're not going to win. The only time you're really going to win is if the opponent with the more control and mass does a major faux pas. Maybe y'all skipped French class. Let me clear it up for you. They made a major mistake. Like, I was playing against this one guy, true story, and he had the advantage. I wasn't playing 100% serious, but I was on a winning streak, and this guy, you know, he got the upper hand over me. He did. I gotta give it to him. He got the upper hand over me. I wasn't 100% serious, but, you know, W gameplay was W gameplay. He had the upper hand. And I had this army, and I was gonna do this push. I was like, you know what, let me just try and do this sneaky thing. I already sent an attack to come from the front, and the rest of these guys are gonna come and hit them from the side. No pause. And what happened was, when I got there, I saw some like debris and some smoke, and I'm thinking, wait, what the heck happened here? And I come a bit closer, and I look at it, it's like the remaining effects of like a nuke. But I ain't got no nukes. I think what happened to it? It's a one-on-one. So I went in close and I'm thinking, and I saw what happened. I saw so many destroyed buildings. I think my opponent accidentally nuked himself. No, literally, I think he selected his nuke launcher. He must have like wanted to drag to bring it down to me, but I think he accidentally clicked too early. So he selected the site to where to launch the nuke, which was basically right next to the center of his base. So he accidentally nuked himself. He was ahead of me. But because he nuked himself, he destroyed so many mass extractors. He had so much damage. His ACU got damaged. I just had to roll on in, and I just finished him off. I came at the right time. Sure, it's a weak victory because he should have basically truly won that match. But because he messed up, I got him. Double check, no message. Yeah, he explained. Yeah, he actually nuked himself. He says, I'm a dumbass. I was laughing. So that was my lucky break. So I won that because he messed up. But generally, if you're up, like I'm up with the mass and I control that, I'm going to beat you. There's no way around it. And that's the situation between Microsoft and PlayStation. Again, look at the resources. Xbox has the games. They got more games of a great variety. I already did a podcast episode talk about that. They've got the games. They've got the software. They've got the AI. They've got the studios. And they've got the money, and they've got the stronger console. That's 6 advantages. If I'm grouping them together, I can spread that out and make it a bit more detailed. That's 6 advantages that Xbox has over PlayStation. So who's declining? Jim Ryan talk about we will not recover. Who's the one with the wound? Who's the one that's all might? Organs destroyed, they got a wound, and now they can't be in a superhero form for as long as possible anymore. They're getting weaker. That's PlayStation. So who's winning? Xbox is winning. Look at this situation. At the AI, think about it. Xbox already has the strongest console. What happens when they release the next one and it's infused with AI technology? Ooh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And there's nothing you can do about it. Do you see what I'm talking about? The never-ending decline of Xbox. Nah, you're just retarded, buddy. Sorry. Listen to all these ones, and you can look these up for yourself. Look these up for yourself. Look them up. Look them up. And Xbox is also in a dominant position already. Think about it. Xbox has got so many games that they're able to do charity and like donate some of their games to other platforms like PlayStation. So think about this. So Xbox is making money off of their opponents. PlayStation has to pay Xbox, and that's a dominating position. It is. Like, can you imagine? Like, oh no, you've got an ex, you broke up with her for whatever reason, whatever it is, and they move into this home. She moves into this home, this apartment, but she doesn't know that you're the owner of the property. They're renting it from you, but they didn't know that you're the owner. So she got this new boyfriend or whatever, and every time rent week comes along, you knock on the door and they see you here, like, wait, what are you doing here? I'm the owner. It's time to pay rent. They gotta take money out their wallet. They're gonna reach in their pocket, pull out their wallet, take out a 50 and put it in your hand. And then you go like, all right, don't forget next week, I'll be back. And walk off. Your ex is paying you. Your rival is paying you. The new guy is paying you. That's a dominating position. PlayStation is paying Xbox. Now, PlayStation players are buying Call of Duty. Xbox gets the money. PlayStation players are buying, like, you know, Sea of Thieves. Okay, they're buying Sea of Thieves. Xbox gets the money. PlayStation buys Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, Pentiment, whatever it is that they put, and even if they put some other games on, you know, PlayStation Future, which they will. Some they will. Not Indiana Jones and not Starfield, of course. That's been confirmed. It's not them, but they will. But what happens? Xbox gets the money. So when PlayStation players buy, and then you know they're gonna buy Call of Duty. I mean, who's gonna stay away from their Call of Duty? That's like a drug. That's crack for them. When they buy their Call of Duty, Xbox gets the money. So Xbox isn't paying PlayStation. PlayStation is paying Xbox. Get the facts right. So who's in the decline? Don't bring up no foolishness. Come upon my way, you hear? Don't do that. Don't freaking do that. Do not do that. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And we have a new Xbox console coming, a new handheld, so we know they're not done with their consoles just yet. They're not doing that. So let's now look at all these things. So we know that the Xbox tax is real and media's bias. I mean, I saw an idiot on IGN talk about when he played Hellblade 2. He didn't know that he can block until he was 4 hours into the game. That's stupid low IQ IGN who decide who goes into the votes for awards and stuff like that. They got people like that in there. So let's talk quickly. I want to talk about decline. Let's talk about the L's that PlayStation has had, but the media does not want to talk about. I already made an episode talk about this. I called it the PlayStation series of L's, the series of L's of PlayStation and stuff like that. So let's do a little bit of that right now. Let's just list it quickly. You know, we're not gonna do a big deal. I'm sure this list is not big. I'm sure this list hasn't got a ton of stuff in there or anything like that. So let's talk about a list of the number of things that has happened and leading up to even now. And here is the list. They avoided talking about how disappointing Spider-Bug 2 was. They even had the Amazing Lucas talk about how they did not even talk about their bugs and stuff like that. Spider-Bug 2 was the buggiest launch of our time, the buggiest launch I've ever seen in gaming. PlayStation was losing investors. They lost over 10 billion. They're not even top 300 of the companies concerned in Japan. So it's actually Japan hates PlayStation, not Japan hates Xbox. The Final Fantasy VII reboots and the rebirths and the remakes and the rekindling and the rezippers, they were not selling all that well. Not reached the numbers that they wanted. No major existing franchise releases until 2025. The state of play wasn't successful. PlayStation fans were disappointed. People were bashing it, calling some things PlayStation 3 games, which I think was unfair, but that's what's going on. They was closing down studios of the old. It wasn't just Xbox, other groups and all a bunch of companies were closing down studios and stuff like that. Things are hipping across the board of Xbox. Ooh, dear me. So yeah, they're now going basically third party. They kept saying Xbox going third party, which it isn't, but see the PlayStation going third party because they're doing day one release of PC, which is why you got that PC game Helldivers 2. Majority of them playing it is PC players and stuff like that. You know, they claim, you know, that PlayStation buys and plays the games, but yet Helldivers 2 is being carried by PC. And they say that, oh, we buy our games and support our games, but none of them are talking about or playing Foam Stars, so they have lied. PlayStation ruined Helldivers 2's numbers considerably, permanently. 180 countries or something like that can't play. The whole PSN drama, you can look it up. Again, they don't want to talk about that. They censored Stellar Blade and stuff like that. Some new skins have come back, some original skins and stuff like that recently, but they censored Hellblade, so you know they're gonna censor the other games. I mean, recent L, Square Enix is done with them. You're like, yo, being exclusive, y'all, is just not the way to go. We're gonna go back to being multi-platform like we originally were. So some games going back to Xbox. So maybe Final Fantasy 16, that will be clean. You know, that's what's happening as well. So see, exclusivity with PlayStation does not work because the PlayStation guys do not buy and play their games by the looks of it. That PS VR 2 or whatever it's called, that's sadly failing. A bunch of that's in the warehouses and stuff like that. That's not there. They were inflating their PlayStation 5 sale numbers. But notice, it didn't say sale, it says PlayStation 5 numbers. They said, oh, they've 5-to-1 ratio shipped. The keyword is shipped, not sold. Shipped. Shipped means it's gone to the warehouses, it's gone to retail shops, it's sitting in the back. When we talk about PlayStation 5, it's normally group things. It normally includes numbers like off the PSVR 2 and the digital versions and, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's not an accurate number. Those numbers are inflated, so it's not 5-to-1. Get your facts right. Still no roadmap to this day, no real one. And when's the announcement of the next PlayStation Game Showcase show, something like that? I don't think that's been given. Let me know if I'm wrong. And Xbox games dominated their market with the whole Fallout games, the Call of Duty games, and the Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. And the fact that they're getting handouts from Xbox, those are all PlayStation L. What a lovely list we got right there. I mean, they're gonna talk about that. Is IGN gonna talk about that? Are they gonna make a video talking about the never-ending decline of PlayStation? No, they're not, because of the tax. So as you can see right there, that is a whole list of PlayStation L. You know what the funny thing is? That's not everything. That's not everything. You know what I'm saying? That is not everything. But yeah, we gotta go out there. And now, let's get to more of the gravy. Now with Xbox, it's the exact opposite. Like, people keep saying PlayStation off games. See some PlayStation fans saying, yeah, my PlayStation 5 is getting cobwebs. Most of them are talking about not getting the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I don't think necessary. Some people are not upgrading from the PlayStation 4. There's a number of stuff going on. With Xbox, it is not so. I mean, if you want to know about all the exclusives that Xbox got since January 2022, I explained in another podcast episode where I went over 30 plus games that Xbox was getting as an exclusive coming through. 30 plus, and it's in previous podcast episodes, so listen to that if you want to hear the full list. And that's the list that I made since 2022. Obviously, a number of them have already come out now, but think about the recent bangers that Xbox has been having. A whole bunch of games that's been coming out, exclusives. Oh my goodness. You know, we've had, of course, you know about Halo Infinite, we've got the Diablo 4s, we've got the Redfall, we've got the Starfield. Redfall is an excellent game, so only really dumb people think otherwise. It's excellent, you know, it is great. We got the Starfield, and the Hellblade 2 came out. Then we got talks of more things like Stalker 2, Chernobyl, what it was called, is coming. You know, State of Decay 3, Fable, of course, Avowed, Indiana Jones, the Blade game, Horror History Untold, Visions of Mana, and of course the new Doom game and stuff like that. And all of this that's happening, of different variety of games, of different types of game, all of this big stuff. And then you got the big Call of Duty, which is multi-platform, the Call of Duty, but things are on its way. So as you can see, it's lively, it's alive and kicking on the Xbox side. So stop the cap about the never-ending decline of Xbox. Sorry, it's the inevitable rising of Xbox. It's the never-ending rise of Xbox. I ain't trying to offend. Oh, you know what? Y'all not ready. Y'all are a bunch of kids. Y'all not ready. But if you want that list of the 30 plus games since 2022 January, go to my previous podcast episode. It's all there. Now, speaking of exclusives and new games, let's quickly talk about Doom, because that's the other main thing I wanted to talk about. This has upset some. There's some of the news have upset some people. Everyone's excited for Doom, but some people are like, man, why is it also going to PlayStation? They should have made that an exclusive. Me personally, I don't like it going to PlayStation, of course. I don't like that. I figure if you want to focus on getting console sales up and stuff like that, I mean, the Game Pass plus all the new games that's coming, Starfield, Halo, Power World, and then you throw in something like the Xbox Game Pass service with freaking Doom, and everybody loves Doom, that would tell a lot of people to literally go and get an Xbox. They would do that just to play the new Doom game. They would do, or buy a PC, which again, Microsoft still wins. I mean, if you buy a PC, the Microsoft's wallet still gets fatter, so Xbox still wins indirectly if you get a PC. So regardless, there's no way to avoid it, you know. And it's not gonna help you sell the console if it's also on PlayStation 5. That's like somebody made a joke saying maybe the PlayStation 5 showcase is the Xbox showcase, because the PlayStation ain't got nothing. Xbox gotta carry them. That's how bad it is, you know. And it's stuff like that. And yeah, Doom's always, you know, it has been on multi-platforms before and stuff like that. So it makes sense. You know, games that were bought and are multi-platform will stay multi-platform. And yeah, it doesn't help the console sales and stuff like that. But I want to explain to you on the other side. Me personally, I'd rather be an exclusive. But let's look at it from this business point of view. And I think that's the point of view that Microsoft is looking at it from. If they go the multi-platform route with this game, they're going to make even more money than the loads of money they'll already make. The excuse that you won't make money with Xbox is absolute bullcrap. Starfield, it's game of the generation, one of the most successful games currently. That game was released day one on the Xbox Game Pass as well, and it was the best seller all of September, beating games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, some sports games and stuff like that, and it was in the top 10 seller, you know, for the rest of the year and stuff like that, especially in the USA. So that shows games do sell. And Doom, unlike like Starfield's a new IP, Doom is we all know the legacy of Doom. Doom, huge. When Doom comes out, right, and it's on another platform, think about it this way: Xbox will make its millions from the Xbox Game Pass. It'll make its millions. It already makes millions already. It's gonna make its millions Xbox Game Pass. It's gonna make millions from the direct buying that the Xbox players do. It makes money from the buying that the PC players do. And then they're gonna make millions from the buying that happens on the PlayStation side. And PlayStation doesn't get most of the money, that goes to Xbox, right? So think of all the ton of money that they will make. So let's say, for example, Doom is everyone's favorite number in America, $70. Let's say the standard edition, if there's a standard edition, it's gonna be $70, right? And let's say 5 million people, PlayStation players, buy it. That's free. That's like 350 million, right? 75 million. Yeah, that's 350 million. So if 5 million buys it on the PlayStation side, and I think it's gonna be more than that because people care about Doom more than their Final Fantasy remakes and reshuffles and rebirth and rekindling and re-agenda, readjustment, remend, re-blender. You know, they've had enough of all the re's. All right, like it's gonna sell more than that. So let's say I'm lowballing and say, let's say they sell 5 million. They make 350 million off of PlayStation. And what they do with the 350 million? They can reinvest, they can buy, they can own, they can fund, they can project. We get it better. And that money comes back to also invest and help make things a better experience for the Xbox players. Because they're thinking about that console wars. They're thinking about what makes money. That's what they're thinking about. What makes money? And they do that, they will make even more money. They'll make even more money because they will buy it. PlayStation fans, they will buy it. They know a good game when they see it, they will buy it. They will buy it. They have to buy Doom. You can't hate on Doom. I mean, I know people that hate when it's medieval, and they did say they wanted you to be more of a slow, unstoppable juggernaut instead of a speedy, deadly race car. So it's gonna be less of the speed that's in Doom Eternal, and it's gonna be more of a slower, I guess maybe more melee and stuff like that. You know, I've seen her some things, but you know, it's going for that direction. I'm not mad at it. Because Doom, if you look at the lore, Doomslayer, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Doomslayer, he's done things with his bare hands before. So if you put a sword or a spear or, you know, a bicento in his hand or something like that, he's still going to do some damage. Rip and tear is what he said. You don't rip and tear with guns. You rip and tear with your hands and hacksaws and weapons. I prefer guns because I was always with Doom. It's always been that guns and stuff like that. But if it's medieval sword and stuff, it's going to be another side that is relatable to the lore. And if you're interested in the lore like Markiplier is and stuff like that, then you would understand this still fits his character. He does people like he does things with his bare hands. Well, then it will be there. So it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, but it's gonna be Doom. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be gory. It's gonna be. I mean, when you do things up close and personal, it's gonna be more gory and messed up. Can you imagine what they can do with that? It's gonna be interesting. So let's think about Doom and think about this way, guys. The Microsoft's probably thinking, what are you Xbox players upset for? They're thinking, what you mad for? You guys are first-class citizens. So because we're golden members, you know, Xbox Game Pass. When the new things drop out, we basically get to play it for free. Obviously, it's not free because we're paying for the subscription. We get to just jump in, play, uninstall, install, and play and move on how we see fit. Outsiders, the peasants, the ponies, they gotta pay the full toll at the gate. $70 to enter, sir. They reach in and give that 70, come on in, while we walk in for free. We have the strongest console, which means we get the best version of Doom. We get it for free. And Xbox Game Pass sometimes give perks and stuff like that. I've seen certain games, Apex Legends, others, with certain perks, certain skins that you only get if you're an Xbox Game Pass member. So you get some little bonuses that we get, some treats that go with it, and we have a permanent discount that we can use to buy the game as well. We literally get the best gaming experience, we get the best version, and we get it for free. We are first-class gaming citizens, while the bums, the outsiders, they gotta take the raw peasants route. We're wearing, you know, Seto Kaiba's clothes with a long cloak, Some of y'all wearing tuxedos and suits. Some of y'all got some fancy cargo pants. Some of y'all got shoes that look like you own a casino. The PlayStation players coming in, they're wearing potato sacks. They cut out holes for their arms and feet in it. That's the night and day difference for our experience. So that's why PlayStation, that's why Xbox is like, what you mad for? Not every game is gonna go over these other platforms. A lot of them like Hellblade 2, Halo, and all these others are gonna stay with us. And we got our exclusive. They want that, and they want this membership. They gotta get an Xbox. Only a fool would not get an Xbox at this point. But if they want to play Doom and stuff, they can. But guess who makes the money? Xbox makes the money. Microsoft makes the money. They win. And remember, it's a dominating position when your opponent is paying you. So yeah, some games, they made extra money comes in, but that money comes back in, reinvested. We benefit from it. So don't get mad. Don't show no salt. I have my preference on what I want. I like Doom to be an exclusive. But this, business-wise, this is a W move. You know, I gotta give it to them. And they're a trillion-dollar company. Come on, I think they know how to make money. Come on, man. Look at you and your minimum wage. You want to tell Microsoft what to do? Come on now. You can give your opinion like I gave mine. But let's be understanding. This is gonna make big bucks. And Doom was already multi-platform, so it's not a loss or anything. It's not like they're trying to make Halo multi-platform, you know, something crazy like that. Come on now. So this is big, and that's what I wanted to talk about concerning, you know, the Doom game. It's gonna be different. You are gonna be slower. Sorry, you're gonna be slower. You're gonna be more of like a big, heavy, unstoppable object instead of a speedy race, deadly race car. Is what they were saying. So it's gonna be less of speed, more of the brutal. Maybe it'll be like Juggernauts, you know, stuff like that. That'd be cool. I like the Juggernaut. You know, Juggernaut is one of my favorite villains in all the comics. It might be second, so it'd be kind of like that. So yeah, don't be upset about Doom. Let everybody enjoy this great game. We're the ones who are going to benefit from it down the line. Remember Microsoft, you know, Xbox, they set up a new studio. With this kind of money that comes in, they're going to set up even more. And think about how much money this is going to pay. Because people want to say Xbox Game Pass is not profitable. You got idiots like Dreamcast guy, dumb, ugly guys like him. We're talking about they're trying to make it profitable. They're doing one last push, one last, you know, gamble to try and make it work before they close up shop. And hey, I am Dreamcast guy. If you like this video, that ugly guy, right? The idiots we're talking about is not profitable. We got 34 million people subscribed to the, you know, Xbox Game Pass. And let's lowball it. Let's say the price is £10, $10 instead of the actual price that it is. What's 10 times 34 million? What's that? You in the back. 340 million. Oh yeah, correct. 340 million. And remember, that's a lowball number. So 340 million every month. Somebody's paying you 340 million every single month. I dare you to tell me that's not profitable. It's like, you have to be a moron, a PlayStation fanboy, to think such stupid stuff like that. 340 million every single month is more than profitable. They're making well over $1 billion. They're making over 2 billion easily in a year. So they're making their money back. That's how they can afford studio stuff. That's easy money for them. So let's say for that month, you get your 340 million. The 350 million we calculated earlier with the PlayStation, like if 5 million was sold on PlayStation, for example, which is like, get a low ball. And they get 350 million, you're adding it on the that, so we talk about 690 million. Then you got the Xbox sales, because remember, bestseller, Starfield was bestseller in September, so we know the sales are big. And let's just say it's another 350 million, for example, you know, 5 million copies. Let's just say, for example, we probably buy more because of the discount, right? So we got that on top 750, and on top of the 340, you got a number over the 1 billion. And then you got the PC sales on top of that, so let's throw another chunk on top of that. Let's just say it's 1.35 billion now. 1.35 billion from one game. Isn't that crazy? And then every month, the subscribers count for pretty much gonna go up, because if people see the games that's on Game Pass, and you have it, you get the new big Doom game day one, basically for free, because you're on Game Pass. More people are gonna be on Game Pass. More people are gonna get an Xbox, because you have to be a fool to not want it at that point. Big names are dropping day one on Xbox, where you get the best experience. You people are gonna want that, so the numbers are gonna increase. Soon it'll be like, what, 40 million subscribers for the Xbox Game Pass? 40 million? And because of the amount of new stuff that's going in there, the value will probably increase. The price will probably increase as well. So let's say even if it was $20 a month or £20 a month, that means you're doubling it. 20 times the 40 million new subscribers. So we're talking about, oh gosh, 800 million. 800 million every month. 800 million every month. So in a year, 9.6 billion. 9.6 billion? Who wants to say that's not profitable? It's that crazy. It's that crazy. So guys, do not be upset about Doom being on these other things and stuff like that. Don't worry about that. Play your own game and have fun. Play your own game and have fun. We're getting the best version, the best deals. And I want to quickly tackle the people who say, I wish exclusivity would be gone and everything's on all platforms. Those people are, I'll say, maybe very ignorant, maybe low intelligence when it comes to business side of things, because I don't think they thought it through. People who normally say that are normally PC people for some reason, and they don't seem to be the smartest bunch either. It's if there was no exclusivity and every single console had the exact same thing, what would be the point of these consoles? Only one console will be winning and the rest would get hoed. They will get screwed over. I was like, people don't think. They do not think about what they're talking about. They don't think. If all the consoles had all this exact same game, everybody's got the Mario games, everyone's got the Halo games, everyone's got the God of War games, everybody's got everything, then why would you buy a PlayStation when the strongest console is the Xbox? And Xbox has a next gen feature called Quick Resume, which PlayStation don't have. They have haptic feedback, a vibrating controller. Like, no thank you, right? That's it. It's like, then why would you get a PlayStation? There's no reason to. Then Sony would just be screwed. You might as well all just pack it up and everybody just get PCs. Like, it's pointless. It won't work. If exclusivities are gone and stuff like that, then there's no point. You have Xbox Game Pass, the Quick Resume, the strongest console, the best visuals, but all the same games on Xbox. Why would you get a Nintendo, which is the weakest, and a PlayStation, which has a vibrating controller? Why? What's the point? You will get screwed. There has to be differences between them for there to be a business. There has to be. You can't just talk about, oh, I want exclusivity is gone and everybody have it. That won't make sense. That means it will make sense that everybody merged together just to form one super major company or something like that. That would make more sense because it all comes to one centralized point. But that's not what's going on. 3 different groups, 3 different market strategies, 3 different consoles, 3 different features, that kind of stuff. So no, exclusivity can't go. PlayStation must have its exclusive. Because if you take away PlayStation exclusive, let's say all of the God of Wars and stuff, all that stuff's gone. Why would you get a PlayStation? I know they're basically heading this way with a day one on PC, and PC is Microsoft, and Xbox is Microsoft. Like, you know, and if Xbox gets some connection with Steam, we have access to PlayStation games. Like, then what's the point of a PlayStation? You go for a PlayStation because there's certain things PlayStation has that others don't have, which would be like God of War and Spider-Man, for example, and Last of Us. You take those away, there's no reason to get a PlayStation. You take away Mario, why are you going for a Nintendo? Right? You take away the exclusives, Xbox still has the Game Pass and the strongest console, so they still have their benefits. But if you're gonna come to other platforms, stuff like that, you might, again, PC, right? You know what I'm saying? So no, there's no exclusivity thing. It's nonsense. That's stupid. You're not thinking. You're probably a PC guy, and that's why you're thinking dumb like that. So get that out of here. Get that out of here. It's like the whole last example, the whole Xbox and PlayStation thing. Think of it like gym membership. There's 2 gyms I've seen so far. There's Easy Gym and there's Pure Gym. I'm not affiliated with any of them. I work out at home. Let's say Easy Gym is Xbox, Pure Gym is PlayStation. Both have the exact same gym equipment. Both have the exact same gym equipment. You can get a treadmill here, treadmill there, Stepmaster here, Stepmaster there, weights here, weights there, dumbbell, barbell. You know, that's fine. But in the Easy Gym, you have a subscription service. Whereas a low price, you pay monthly, you go in and use everything as much as you want, as much as you can. Not only that, there's perks. Every member, when you come in for your first session, you get a free protein like milk drink that the gym supplies to you. And a bonus feature that there are professional trainers on standby waiting to help you at any time you beck and call, to give you a session, show you what to do, correct your form, whatever it is. That's the difference. So the Easy Gym gets all of those bonuses I just talked about. Pure Gym has none of that, but they just have the same equipment. Which gym are you going to? If you're common sense and any form of intelligence, you go to the Easy Gym. You get all these bonuses plus more. Pure Gym, they're paying up front $70 to get in. You want to use this machine? $70. When you use that machine, $70. When you use this machine, $70. Whereas the Xbox, the Easy Gym, it's just you pay your monthly, you're a member, Come in, use the machines as much as you want. You don't want to use the machine anymore? Put it away. Here's your free milkshake protein drink. Here's a personal trainer to help you out. That's the difference. With Xbox, you get the same games. You get the games. You both get the old set of games. You get the game, but you get amazing service. You get these perks and bonuses that come through, a discount that comes with it, and additional thing going on like Microsoft points and all that kind of stuff happening. It's just one-sided. So, yes, I'm gonna leave it there because this is close to an hour. So once again, the inevitable rising of Xbox. The inevitable rise of Xbox. The never-ending rise of Xbox. I made this very clear. I easily could have gone into more detail. I do not want this to pass an hour. I'm just going to throw it all in there. But I would like to hear people's thoughts, from intelligent people. I don't want no fanboys and nonsense. If you got some comments, some feedback, or something you want to discuss, whatever, I'd like to see some comments, stuff like that. I mean, if you're being an idiot or a fanboy, I'm most likely just going to ignore you or stuff like that. But I would like to see what people think about this. Xbox has never been in a stronger position. This is more dominant than they were in the 360 time. This is better than they were in the 360 time. They've got over 30, is it over 30 studios, something like that? Imagine each studio produces a game. Come on. But if said resources, you can pump out units faster, they can bring out the games. Xbox has the games, the console, the subscription services, so the service. They have, the software. They have the AI. They have the studios, and they have the money advantage over PlayStation. Sucker, who's declining? Get the freak out of here. So, like I said, there's much more I can say, but I'm leave it there. I'm looking forward to the Doom game. I'm not mad at it being multi-platform. It makes sense from a business perspective. They're going to make a ton more money, and we're going to benefit from it down the line. We are. And we already got our own subscriptions. We got the stuff that's coming here, man. Stay excited for those games. Stay excited. We got the best gaming here on Xbox, and you just gotta drink it up. Have an awesome day, everyone. I love you guys, and regardless of what's going on, make sure to do the Earthwalk, and I'll see you guys around.